Okay, so how many people here in this room have either known somebody or has attempted suicide? I'm putting it out there so if you raise your hand, you're not somebody who attempted suicide, but if you know somebody who has killed themselves or has been suicidal. It's usually half the class. You got half the class here. Just so you understand the importance of this. Every class I go to, everywhere I go to, half of the room will raise their hand. So that's a very important thing to understand. And we're not talking numbers, we're talking humans. Every life is important to us. And food really has an impact on how we think. Because if anybody in this room can give me 4 things we eat that can cause us to not think properly. Sugar. Sugar is like #1. They put it in everything. I mean, if you start reading labels, they change the name of it and put it in everything because why? It's highly addictive. You start craving it. And what it does is it controls what? Your emotional state. Because you start craving it and you stop thinking about, I need to do this test, I need a soda, I need a donut, I need something to fix this craving I'm having. I need a piece of bacon. Bacon? What? What's wrong with bacon? Bacon's got, read the label, sugar. They put sugar, they mix it with sugar, they don't grind it up, but they put sugar in with the solution to cause it to become addictive, actually. They say it's a preservative. So read the labels on everything, everything. From bread, they put sugar in bread. Bread too. Let's see here. Hormones. They feed growth hormones to fish, cattle, chicken, basically everything, pigs, everything we eat. So you have to read the label. Growth hormones, I want to pick on you, but I have been eating a few growth hormones. What happens is it does not pass through feed into the cattle, into the poop. It stays into the cattle, chicken, fish. What happens is we start, if you look back, I'll have absolute proof of this. You go back to an old western town, the 1800s. The doors are this tall. This tall. The midgets, they have a shortage of wood in this town or what? No, everybody was this height a couple hundred years ago. We've been putting growth hormones into our food for over 100 years. What's happened is it's getting into us, and now we're a race of giants. Even people who come from other countries that don't have growth hormones, they're short. They're short people. Pesticides. Pesticides. I don't know if you know it. The newest thing is they found a way to put a pesticide into or spray it on food that causes damage to the neurological system of bugs. And we got this growth of autism in our country. Autism is a neurological disorder. I don't want to connect the dots, but you got to figure this out on your own. That we're doing things we shouldn't be doing. We're killing the bee population. We need bees in our country to pollinate plants so that they can grow fruit. Antibiotics. These animals and fish and stuff, they get unhealthy. So they give them these antibiotics so that they stay healthy. The problem is we get the antibiotics and they have no effect on us when we get sick and go to the hospital because we're immune to them. We're immune to the antibiotics. The last one is GMOs, genetically modified organisms. This is all highly advanced stuff most people don't even get the opportunity to hear about. GMOs are fed, they have corn. Most of the corn right now is GMO. The reason for that is because bugs won't eat it. Bad news is, if the bugs won't eat it, we shouldn't eat it. It's probably not going to provide anything we need to eat for nutrition or health reasons. They found that GMOs do not pass through like chicken's stomach. It just stays inside their lining of their stomach. It stays in the lining of their stomach, we're eating. It's getting into our food system. So you have to look for all this stuff when you're shopping, GMO-free, sugar-free, pesticide-free, hormone-free. It's a lot. But if you want to be able to think right, smart, intelligently, you need to think about what you're eating. Okay, back to emotional states. It's really important to understand your emotional state because if you're depressed, just think about this. If you're depressed, how do you sit? Do you sit slumped over? Do you kind of put your hand? Do you have to hold your head up? If you just change the physiology of your body, sit up straight, breathe in like you would if you were, going on a date or something, it will change your emotional state. Just something simple like that. I'm going to get into something a little more advanced with you guys, though. This is how I'm going to leave you smiling today. We have, like I said, you change your physiology and you change your state of mind. Berkeley did a study on this very exercise. They took manic depressants, and they put them into this study for a year. I mean, these were people that were, they basically couldn't get out of bed in the morning. They were so depressed. All they did for 5 minutes, 5 times a day, was they look up at the ceiling, and everybody does it. Everybody look up at the ceiling, and you smile. A goofy smile. And you do this you hold it for 5 minutes. Obviously, you're not going to do this in the class.
Everybody's doing it right now.
Yes. Well, you are doing it in the class, but I'm just demonstrating because then they're going to probably think you're a little loopy. But it does get you, it releases dopamine in your brain. And by 5 minutes, you have to put a timer on 5 minutes, but you're going to have to be really concentrated on something that's going to make you happy to keep smiling. And it really will improve your attitude. You could do this, go into the bathroom, do this. If you do it for a week and there is no change with you, you're probably mentally disturbed. Because this is, these people at the end of the year were declassified as manic depressants just from doing this exercise. No medications, no other treatment, no other therapy, nothing, just this. So give this some thought. If you know somebody that's having a problem, give them this. Hey, just sit and smile. Even if you have them do it in front of you, it's going to make them laugh because they're going to say, this is stupid. And instantly, you got to realize that's instantaneous treatment for somebody who's down. Because what happens is your brain, you smile, your subconscious goes, you're smiling, you must be happy. It doesn't know the difference between happy and not happy. All it knows is your face is reacting. If you're happy, what happens? It releases dopamine. It's a natural narcotic in your brain. You do this 5 times a day, you're going to start seeing an improvement in your attitude. You're going to be happier because this dopamine is more powerful than morphine. It's a natural narcotic in your own body that you can produce. So the key to this is to, when you're smiling, you have to think of things that make you happy. You can't just do it. And the worst part is when you're in a room full of people, we mirror each other. When I see somebody, you're walking, and you're smiling, and they're not smiling, somebody's going to have a battle. Usually the person that's not smiling wins, because if you walk around, most people are not smiling. So to keep smiling when everyone else is not smiling, it takes work, effort. A lot of hard work. So you guys create the change in your school, not me. You go around smiling. First of all, when you walk into the classroom, the first person I'm going to notice in the room, or you or anybody, is going to be the person that's smiling. And it's just a natural, subconscious thing we do because we tend to be attracted to people that are happy. And we want to know why they're happy, because my life's not that happy. Why are you smiling? So you want to go and talk to them. This is how you meet the opposite sex. You smile. You want to be depressed. Nobody wants to be around somebody depressed. Unless you attract somebody else that's depressed. That's not a good relationship. So in here there are some things that you need to do. There's homework inside this book. One is to think of things that make you smile. It could be ice cream. It could be the feel of a dog, a puppy dog. Whatever it is, you need to come up with things that make you smile. What makes you happy? Also, there's a list in here of 40 things that make life worth living today. This is, you've got to have a life, because life conditions everybody in this classroom. From the moment you walk out of this room, you're going to start hearing things like Coca-Cola, and it shows people smiling in the commercial. I'm drinking Coke, or I'm drinking Bud. I got beautiful women with me. You know, you got to think about this. They're conditioning you to think, if I drink this Bud, I'm going to get this gorgeous woman. The problem is that gorgeous woman doesn't look that way when you wake up in the morning. You know, she's all different. They forget that part of the commercial. They cut that off because of time limits. But think about it. Think about what brings you joy in your life, and have this list with you. Because when you're smiling, people are going to be attracted to you. You're going to make more money. You're going to get better jobs than the people who don't. I guarantee it.